Welcome to this video. This is my first video on my brand new channel, and this channel I'm going to take you back to the basics and show you what would I do if I have to start all over again. If you are new to my channel, my name is Valter Pontes and I made my first million through property investing. I started with zero money. I used a strategy called deal sourcing, where I would find properties, I would give these properties to investors, and the investor would pay me a fee. I made my first 6 figures doing this strategy, and then what I did, I use a different strategy called BRR. So where I would take this deposit, the same deposit, I will buy a property, I will refurbish the property, I will refinance the property, and then I will rent it out. With the same deposit, I will recycle and build my portfolio. I documented everything, the entire journey on Facebook, and you can check it out. It's still live, but it seems most people not using Facebook anymore. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start a new journey, and I'm going to start documenting here on YouTube. So if you wanted to learn from my mistakes and avoid the mistakes yourself, this is what this channel is going to be all about. So I built my sourcing business from scratch, and if in case you ever build a business from scratch, you know how hard it is. So one of the questions I get the most on Instagram is, Valter, if you had to start all over again, what would you do differently? This is one of the questions I get the most on Instagram. If in case you do not follow me on Instagram, follow me. And a simple answer for this question is, if I had to start all over again today, with the knowledge I have today, I would go and buy a business instead of start a business from scratch. And why would I do that? Why would I buy a business instead of a starting one? Because when you start a business, you have to do everything from zero. So we're talking about, you need to create your product, you need to get your first client, you need to recruit people, you need to create your sales systems, you need to create your market system, you need to create your operating system. So it's quite a lot of work if you think when you start a business from scratch. And all of these assets, all these things you need to put in your business when you start from zero, you need to create yourself, and that takes a lot of time, energy, and sacrifice. That's why you see a lot of business owners sacrificing weekends and time with the family. And the truth is, as a human, we do not have unlimited time. And when you buy a business, you are buying years of hard work that someone else already put in. So, and then what you can do, you can just take that business and scale that business rather than putting everything together if in case you're going to start a business from scratch. That's why it's easier to buy one business than to start one from scratch. Now, the most common question is, why would someone sell a profitable business? Because you can buy a profitable business. Why someone just don't pass that business to our children and then the children inherit a profitable business? The reality is many children do not want these family businesses because they didn't spend time with their family. They saw their parents spending a lot of time in the business. They don't want to do that. And some of these kids, reality is they just wanted to do another line of work altogether. So there is a lot of buyers, and if they don't find the buyers, they're going to shut down. And there's a huge amount of baby boomers retiring now, and many of these baby boomers have businesses. In a lot of cases, there's no one in their family that wants the business. They don't have anyone to pass their business, and that means many of these great businesses that are profitable are coming up on the market, and not because they are failing, because they are profitable, but because the owner wants to retire. And this is why it's a very good time to buy businesses, and that creates a huge opportunity, not just here in the UK, in US, and around the world. You can come in, buy this business for business owners that wants to retire, and instead of start from zero, you will be focused on scaling this existing business that already have the infrastructure there. And that is exactly what I'm going to be documenting in this channel, so you can see behind the scenes on how I'm going to be buying this business and create a portfolio of companies. So people already know that this is what venture capitalists and private equity, they do, but most people believe that the only institutions can do this. People think that you need to have a degree, a lot of money, or a special connection, but that's not true. And that is why I wanted to do this channel, so you can learn behind the scenes. And I don't have a degree, and I don't have a lot of connections as well. So if you wanted to build your portfolio of companies, I'm going to show you. If in case you are just buying your first business and to replace your income and save years of sacrifice, I'm going to show you how can can you do that here in this channel as well. So we'll be also visiting some people that are doing exactly the same thing I'm doing. So we're going to go and visit these businesses, different industries, so you can see behind the scenes. So it's going to be an exciting journey here in this channel. So make sure you subscribe, and because this channel is going to be a real, very practical and very transparent, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye for now and see you soon.